Directions to Duro Canyon State Park. Hey everybody, it's JP from BigSexyBeast.com.
Please proceed to the highlighted route.
And I am getting on the road here, leaving the White Oak Adventure Lodge and headed west. First stop on my way to California is going to be somewhere around, hopefully Duro Canyon State Park in the Panhandle of Texas. There's a really nice canyon there and a place to camp for the night as I continue my journey westward. It's about a day's drive from the White Oak Adventure Lodge. Getting a little bit later start because I've had video conferences all morning, but I think we probably going to have a decent drive. At some point along the way I'm going to have to stop and get some diesel and some def for this big van beast. But come along for the ride. Should be an interesting trip. I am rolling across Oklahoma, currently in Oklahoma City. Hopefully you can see that there. 108 degrees Fahrenheit on the temperature here outside the van. I've seen it as high as 116. I thought for a minute that my air conditioning, I was like, it doesn't seem like it's blowing that cold. Maybe I need to take it to the dealership. And then I realized it's 108, 110 degrees outside. So crazy hot here in the central United States as I'm making my way to California. And I'm starting to get into a little rush hour traffic here in Oklahoma City. So I'm going to sign off and I'll check in with you again later. But hot summer, not over. All right, it is getting close to sunset. It's about 8:23 locally. Oh, sorry about that. And I am very close to canyon country here in the Panhandle of Texas. I think I am 30 minutes, an hour away. 30 minutes on the interstate, 30 minutes in the back roads. To get there, just stop for my last diesel fill up.
Take the exit on the left.
I'll do it.
To I-40 West.
Of the evening. We're gonna roll in to the canyon and get set up and cook dinner and kick back. I'm really hoping I don't have any early morning conference calls. I haven't looked at my calendar yet, but I'm hoping that's the case so that I can get up and maybe do a hike or a trail run tomorrow morning. Anyway, I'm gonna bring y'all along with me for cooking dinner. Maybe we'll get a glimpse of the canyon and some good stars tonight. You got it, Mercedes. All right, see you in a minute. Just got into Duro Canyon State Park here in Texas. One available campsite. The weather, I think it's still in the high 80s or so, but it's so dry here, it feels a lot more pleasant than it was in Arkansas. So, trying a Topo Chico Ranch Water Hard Seltzer. Really didn't have a lot as far as selection goes, and I'd seen this a couple of times. I thought I'd try it. It's supposed to have agave, something like that. Surprise, surprise, gonna cook a hamburger. And I actually picked up some pineapple for afterwards. And tonight we actually get to try out the Total Cool, which is effectively a swamp cooler. I'm gonna close the door here because I'm starting to pick up a few bugs. I think Texas had bugs. But the humidity is low enough here that this should actually work really well, although it's pretty pleasant in here right now. What's it say it is? 91 inside and 83 outside. It does not feel like it's that hot. I'm gonna get set up and cook dinner, so come along for the ride. Forgot one thing I need to do. Check my calendar for tomorrow and see when my meetings kick off. That kind of determines my schedule here. Lovely. 10 a.m. as my first call, so I might be able to get a trail run in tomorrow morning. That would be nice. Last time I was here at this canyon, the Wi-Fi in the van had service. So I'm gonna turn the Wi-Fi on. See if I can get some last minute emails here. So if it seems dark in here, it is. It's because I've put the lights on night light mode while I was cooking, just so we didn't attract too many friends. I'm going to turn them up in just a second. I'll show you the difference. But they're all run off remote, and so with a push of a button, we can go from no light to bright light. Put these in here. Let's see, we're going to put them on toast, and we want a medium. And so there we go. And then we go different colors too. Look at that. It's like a disco in here. Go back to night light though, because it gives you enough light to work by, and the bugs don't seem to be attracted to it. So that's pretty cool. Burger's coming along. All right, pretty basic tonight because I'm gonna have to go grocery shopping for some vegetables and stuff. But we're going burger, we're going onion, and we're gonna put some ketchup on it. And then after that, closest we could get to fruit and vegetable traveling today was a pineapple. We're gonna eat a pineapple. Oh, it's hot. I'm gonna keep the lights down just simply because our bug friends don't care for the nightlight. There you go. Thanks for coming along on the ride today. Hopefully I can show you around a little bit of Palo Duro Canyon State Park tomorrow before I have to hop on conference calls and resume the grind, as it were, tomorrow. Hey, good morning. We got into Palo Duro Canyon State Park last night around 9:30 or so, just after dark, and had a good night's sleep. Actually had a great night's sleep. And having some coffee this morning, thought I'd show you around here this campsite that I found. And pretty good. It was one of the last ones, but this Palo Duro Canyon area is really pretty. Here's kind of an interesting feature in the campsite. I have no idea what that is. If you know what it is, definitely comment down below. We got a little fire ring here, but we're definitely starting to get into desert climate. I think if you check that out there, a little sagebrush, some little flowers, and it's a little more crowded, than obviously I'd like to be out in the wilderness, but this is such a great spot to stop as you're going cross country, because it's just really 20-30 minutes off of the off I-40, off the interstate, the van. But within 30 minutes off of the interstate, you're here. And the night sky last night, I always am sad that the GoPro won't capture the Milky Way and some of those types of things. The night sky last night was just unbelievable. And then now, here you are. We're just kind of in this canyon desert landscape out here, which is so cool. Cacti. Didn't hear any coyotes last night. Last time I was here, coyotes were definitely singing. If you haven't checked out Palo Duro Canyon yet, you should definitely check it out. Becca, I still remember you telling me about Palo Duro Canyon 25, 26 years ago. I mean, I've been to it now probably 4 times since you first told me about it. So thank you for that. Really cool. I said there was nothing pretty in Texas. I think I was kind of cynical about it back then. She's like, we haven't been to Palo Duro Canyon yet. And she was right. So the plan today, I'm gonna have some coffee, get some breakfast, and I'm gonna make some miles, I think, this morning. Then I've got some video conferences starting around 10 a.m. And in between the video conferences, I'll continue to head west. And I was thinking that I might end up somewhere around Albuquerque tonight, try to find something up in the mountains. But yesterday was such an easy day, we might actually make some more miles than that, which would give us more time in the Tahoe Yosemite area over the weekend before meetings on Monday. So that might be interesting. Thought I'd share a little bit of backstory. Last 20-25 years, I've traveled for work, and I'm almost at 2 million miles on airplanes, close to 40 different countries. And I couldn't even tell you how many nights that I've spent in hotels all over the world. As the pandemic came along and it was impossible to fly for a period of time, I still needed to go to meetings and things like that. So I started driving. And I've always, obviously, if you've watched any of my videos, realized that I love the outdoors and the wilderness and the camp. And instead of staying in hotels now, I find places like Palo Canyon State Park on the way that are a great place to just stop, spend the night, but be out in nature, be able to look up and see the stars, hear the silence of nature. And it's just, I think it's a much better way to travel. It's a little bit more deliberate, right? It takes a little bit more time, but you still get from point A to B. I can still do my work and actually save a lot of money not staying in hotels. And I was saving quite a bit of money not flying on airplanes. Now with the cost of diesel fuel, that's a little bit of a balance. But I don't get stuck in airports. I can't tell you how many times that I've been in Chicago O'Hare and at 2 a.m. have them cancel the last flight of the night, only to reschedule me back on another flight at 5 a.m. and tell you to leave the airport. You have to go find a hotel for like an hour and a half to basically take a shower, come back to the airport, and fly somewhere. So I've got a little bit more control over my own destiny by taking the van, and I get to stay in a place like Palo Canyon State Park, which you saw last night, or probably even better tonight is either going to be somewhere between Albuquerque or outside of Flagstaff in the mountains in the national forest in the middle of the wilderness. And obviously that's my happy place. That's where I'd rather be. So that's a little bit of how this lifestyle fits in with my work lifestyle. The van's great because it has Wi-Fi with an external antenna, and so I have connectivity the whole time. If I'm sitting and waiting to go to a client meeting or something like that, it's productive time for me. I can sit and I can work. And so I'm really enjoying how this fit into my work lifestyle. And so that's a little bit of the backstory that I've never shared with the van and some of the travels. And so I just thought I'd share that. Very curious if anybody else that watches the videos does that, or if y'all are just campers. Feel free to drop in the comments down below and let's start a conversation about it. I'm curious how you do it, if you do some of the same things. So anyway, look forward to having that chat with you. I just stopped at Klein's Corner in New Mexico. I guess it's originally part of the Route 66. It started to rain here a little bit.
Now turn left onto Yacht Club Drive.
That's what I wanted to share with you guys. Is I just got ready to get back on the road, and GPS said, in so many feet, turn left on Yacht Club Drive. I thought that was kind of funny because I'm in New Mexico and I don't think there's any yachts anywhere close to me right now. But I'm going to turn left on Yacht Club Drive and drive in the rain. So, it was 116 yesterday as I was coming across Oklahoma. It's 65 degrees right now. I might be running the diesel heater tonight at Flagstaff up above 8,000 feet. Pretty exciting. So getting back on the road, I will update you once I get around camp tonight and figure out where that is. All right, it's about 7:42 local time. I was going to try to push to Flagstaff tonight, but I'm just not going to make it. It's another couple hundred miles. I'm about to leave BLM land and National Forest, and then the Navajo Nation is next. And I have to cross all the way across it to get to another place to camp. So I've looked at iOverlander, and it's showing a national forest up here, Cibola National Forest, where about
Turn left at the stop sign,
10
then
miles
take the
off the
first
interstate. Supposed to get into national forest with a few campsites, maybe even have
In
some
500 feet, turn
cell phone service. Got
Now turn left.
GPS navigation telling me to go everywhere. Cancel navigation, Mercedes. Let's see if that does that.
Route guidance canceled.
Now I can just follow iOverlander on the Garmin. If you never use iOverlander, you should check it out. It is a great app that
Exit on 400.
uses your GPS coordinates and shows you crowdsourced camping sites national forest and other all around you. And there's a U.S. Army depot here, which is really bizarre. The GoPro will never see that
Continue
far.
on New Mexico
I don't think, unless I can
400.
zoom. It looks like all of these beehives, thousands of them. I went by one of these out on the California-Arizona border earlier this year in February, and it's munition storage. And so it's just like, this is Fort Wingate, is kind of where I'm at right now. And it looks like I'm headed towards the Hillso Trailhead up here in the National Forest. I'll show you what it looks like, the difference between having my Baja Designs LP9s on or not having them on. It's rained here, so this road's a little sketch. Not too bad so far. So I'm hoping if I get up on top of this hill a little bit that I will have possibly some internet access. The road is a little sketchy though. Good news is downhill is going to be a lot easier than uphill. I'm trying to stay up here on this high side rut, but this is a big heavy van. We are not doing good on getting any signal here. We may just have to find a spot to camp and come out early in the morning. It's definitely a little sketchy and slippery here. Thank goodness I've got four-wheel drive. But like I said, downhill is going to be a lot easier than uphill. Downhill is definitely maybe too much easier than uphill. I literally have had the van drifting sideways, which is kind of funny for a 24-foot van. Be drifting sideways. Bounce up out of that rut. Oh, I'm drifting sideways right now. Just trying to stay up out of that one rut. Because there's not much to winch to right here. Joys of wild camping. Woohoo! No way the GoPro's picking that up, but literally the van is like this. And again, for a 24-foot, 9,000-pound vehicle, that's pretty awesome. I'm throwing a lot of mud now. Oops, I'm gonna get back on pavement, so I better take it out of low range. All right, neutral, low range off. Four-wheel drive off. Nothing coming. Here we go. All right, check this out for the Baja Designs LP9s. That's how much difference over the stock headlights. I have to do a detailed review video on them later, but they help out a lot when you're out like this looking for a campsite. Somebody van camping right there. This is a pretty cool spot. Too bad I don't think I'm going to be able to find any place with cell phone reception. All right, I think this is going to be about the best that I'm going to do tonight. My coffee container spilled. My coffee pot kicked out all of its pods. Not too bad. There it is, and it goes right there. Not sure why that kicked out, but it did. Where, oh, where are my lights? That's a real mystery. Where I put my remote to my lights. Right here, just after sunset. Ponderosa Pines. And I actually even have a little bit of internet service. When I say a little bit, I mean a little bit. I found it, and there we go. You know where it was? In my nightstand shelf. So far, no bugs. We'll see how that lasts. I'll go ahead and turn these in the van off. And we'll keep it like this until we see if there's going to be bugs come in. And if there are, what worked really good last night in Palo Canyon was going down to the nightlight setting. I'll show you the difference outside. So that's on with them on full. I've never tried it this far away. So, yep, it works. There's our different colors. Kind of a red or amber. And there's our nightlight setting. So that's just enough to move around and work and stuff like that in there, but it's dim enough that the bugs don't care for it. And I think the amber is supposed to be better for the bugs too. Ooh, that changes. That's fancy. Blue. That's probably the best one right now. All right. I am going to find, well, I started to say I was going to find a cocktail, but I don't have a cocktail. So I'm going to get a Topo Chico ranch water, which I got the other night at the gas station because it was the most appetizing thing out of a long list of bad choices. That's about how I would describe it. It's the best thing out of a long list of bad choices. Hey, babe. Say hi. What's going on? I'm surprised I've got enough bandwidth up here to FaceTime. All right, thanks for coming along on the adventure with me today. I wish I could show you the stars out here tonight because they're amazing. I just happened to look up at the Big Dipper, is like right there out the van window. And then right up here is the Milky Way. Thanks for coming along on the adventure. I'm gonna call it a night. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you like what we're doing here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit that bell notification so that you know when other videos like this come out. I will catch back up with you in the morning, and in the morning get to show you the campsite and when the daylight's out and such. And so I think after that, I get on a trail run and then start making my way west again. So talk to you soon.